Okay. Looks like we're up. Tremendous. Let me check it. No more problems on audio. Fixed. Handled. However, there's more fun to be had. I'll tell you about that when you jump on. Whoops. Just waiting for everybody to come on. Just take your time. Sweet time. Okay, there you go. I was a little worried. Facebook was taking its sweet time. Hi, Janice from Manteno? Cool. Rhonda from Kentucky. Tell my wife to never mind my tag. Okay, Jennifer. My wife was fired up tonight. Did you hear that one? Yeah, she was. Sometimes, you just get to the end of your string and you have to deal with it. Hello, Erica from New York and Claudio from Toronto. Toronto's a beautiful city. Been there several times. Hello, Mimi. How are you? Anne from Wisconsin. Hello, Lisa. And Tracy and Haley in New York. Yes. Tracy and Haley. Haley is winning big, by the way, health-wise. Friggin' awesome. Wisconsin, Laura. Hello. Donna from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Melissa in Apple Valley, California. Brenda in Ottawa, Canada. I've not been to Ottawa. Belinda from Alaska. I also have not been to Alaska, but it's on my list because the wildlife looks amazing. And Christina from Ohio, Boston Laura in Boston. Hello, Lily. Bethany from Indiana. Cazenovia, New York. I know Cazenovia. Let's see. Bluefield, West Virginia. That sounds cool. Laura from Buffalo. Dr. Ashley from the Woodlands. Hi, Doc. All us docs have to stick together. I think after last night, actually, I think that the doctors are going to get closer and closer, even the medical doctors and the holistic doctors, because after last night, just letting you know, everyone's pissed in the doctor world after last night. Chino Valley, Jen, hello. Chino Valley or Chino Valley, sorry. If I mess up your pronunciations of your names, sorry. Carol from Iowa. Pam in Bluefield, or was from Bluefield. Okay. Lori from Southern California, SoCal. Barbara from Austin. A lot of jobs coming to Austin. Central Wisconsin, I saw. Spring Hill, Florida. Idaho is going crazy. So this is what we're going to do tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun. But let me first let me give you some updates, okay? So I went on last night after Dr. Stella went ballistic. And the doctors behind her. They were on again today. I did not get a chance to watch it all. I've been running like crazy, super busy. I need to take time out to research and study. But I do think we're going to have a change. I think the doctors are going to start to get fed up, and the doctors are going to start separating from the pharmaceutical fake academia research world. Why? Because all you need is one or two or a few doctors to start speaking out like they did yesterday. You didn't have just a doctor and a couple doctors speaking out. You had a whole group, and you had one who was fiery beyond all belief. And when you have one that's fiery beyond all belief, you could basically count one as about 1,000 because they will not be silenced at this point. And now I think the medical complex is starting to get a little nervous. She got removed everywhere. So last night, I did not see this until today, but last night at 12:30, my YouTube video got stripped off and I got slapped on the hand for a community guidelines infraction. And so I was taken off there. And then today, this afternoon, I am typing away on my laptop on my break in the middle of the day, and I'm on Facebook, and up pops a prompt. And I actually took a screenshot of it. Let me see if I can find it really quickly. And I can try to read it to you if I can find it quickly. If I can't find it quickly, I won't go over it because I don't want to waste time. But here it is. This is what I got from Facebook. I'll read it to you. Your post goes, actually, if I can show you. There's the first post. Your post goes against our community standards on misinformation that could cause physical harm. No one else can see your post. We encourage free expression, but don't allow false information about the pathogen that could contribute to physical harm. So apparently, myself and others like Dr. Stella are contributing to spreading information that could cause physical harm. Okay. Then I got another one that looked like this. Okay. These just popped up on my screen. All right. Our standards on misinformation that could cause physical harm. We don't allow false information that could cause physical harm. In some cases, this includes information that recognized health organizations say could mislead people about how to cure or prevent a disease, or that could discourage people from seeking medical treatment. Get reliable, up-to-date information about the pathogen from the World Health Organization. Go to who.int. That's right here. It tells me, I can't, let's see, I lost it. Let me see if I can do this. It actually says, go to the World Health Organization for my information. So I got booted off of Facebook today, but I had to go through those prompts just to get back up on my page. So they're out. They're looking for it. They're trying to tear it all down just because of what I said last night. They are scared to death that the truth is getting out there, and that, well, guess what? People are waking up. So then today comes about. Now, I did not take the time. I was not going to watch, and then I got caught up watching a little bit, and I picked some of my favorite clips. Now, there's tons of them. If I got all of them, it would take all night to show you. I'm not going to do that. But I have some special clips that I want to show you, okay? Because these ones are just somewhat tremendous. And so tonight is going to be a lot of video to show you guys, and I'm going to just kind of narrate it and give you my comments on afterwards, because quite honestly, it's a comedic routine. So let's just start right off, because are you guys ready to have some fun? Are you guys ready to laugh a little bit? Are you guys ready to see what your Congress is made up of? So let's start rolling the video footage. Now, the first one I'm going to bring up is Representative Mary Gay Scanlon, who is a Democrat out of Pennsylvania, who is also slightly crazy. This is a very short one. Some are short, some are a little longer, and I'm going to finish with a classic, okay? So let's go to this first one because, again, these are the tremendous ones, okay? So here you go. 23 seconds of genius.
You echoed the president's conspiracy theory when you suggested in at least 3 interviews that, quote, foreign countries could manufacture counterfeit ballots, end quote, to influence the presidential election, correct? You did that in at least 3 interviews?
Yes.
Okay. But in fact, you have no evidence that foreign countries can successfully sway our elections with counterfeit ballots, do you?
No, I don't.
You echoed the president's conspiracy.
My audio went off. Sorry, guys. What I was saying was he already answered those questions at a previous time in the media, okay? She's trying to catch them. He's trying to catch him in a lie that he did not ever do, okay? Yeah, you can hear me now. There was a mistake, okay? So, I'll repeat it. It was a false set of questions. He had already answered those questions. She was trying to spin it as in he was admitting that they were looking for a way to have the false votes or whatever it was. No, he was actually just re-answering his question, okay? This is the insanity. He didn't admit to anything. She asked two questions that had been previously asked before, and he was literally just re-answering the questions. And the question basically was, could it happen? It could. Well, then she's saying, well, you do have evidence? And he's basically saying, I'm not talking about evidence. I'm just saying it could happen. They are literally the dumbest people on the face of the planet. It's phenomenal how, and I do want you to very closely, someone pointed this out, I want you to very closely, okay, watch Attorney General Barr's face during this proceedings, because quite honestly, it's some of the best you'll ever see. So let's go to the next one as I take you through these, okay? And I'm going to do my best not to mute it again because that was on me, okay? Here we go. I'm going back and forth between videos, so it can sometimes be a little tricky. Here we go.
3 years, the most powerful agencies in our government took information that was fabricated by agents of a political campaign that they knew was fraudulent, used it as justification to launch an investigation alleging treason against a presidential candidate, then leaked the existence of that investigation in a manner that was clearly calculated to affect the outcome of the election, and then failing that, used it in a largely successful attempt to obstruct the duly elected president. Are you going to be able to right this wrong before it becomes a precedent for future election interference by corrupt officials in our justice and intelligence agencies?
You know, I really can't predict that. I think, as you know, John Durham is looking at all these matters. COVID did delay that action for a while, but he's working very diligently. And, you know, justice is not something you order up on a schedule like you're ordering a pizza.
So on that one, that was a little highlight for you. What that was him talking about a pizza. Now, that was a Republican congressman. That was Representative Tom McClintock of California. And obviously he's saying, hey, can we get through this whole thing? Is Durham going to be able to pull this off? But at the very end, Attorney General Barr said, this is not like ordering up a pizza. Now, there's been speculation out there. By the way, Barr is you can tell Barr is actually having fun with this. He knows this is a stupid show. He knows that this is like a circus. He knows what he's going to get. He knows ridiculous questions are going to happen. So there's a couple times in here where he actually like serves it up, knowing full well there's going to be a highlight reel later. Do you think he just said pizza on purpose, or do you think it's, just a mistake? Now, I want you to see this next one. All right, this next one is in regards to Mr. Nadler. Now, Mr. Nadler is an interesting one. There's a couple for Mr. Nadler tonight, and I'm going to take you some random clips tonight, and I'm going to do some actual, like almost random, where I don't know what's going to be said, and I'll just kind of find out what's going on and see the insanity of it. But this one, we know what's going on. Before I go into this one, I want to explain to you, do you understand how insane it is to have some of the Congress people that we have, and how much losers and incompetence that they really have? And they're getting paid very well in their private legal lives. They're also getting paid very well in their public servant lives. So this is my problem. If you are involved in such a high level meeting and panel as this, you better be aware at all times. Here is Nadler, the little dwarf, midget, whatever you want to call it. If you're offended by those words, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Let's go see what Nadler was doing while he should have been paying attention.
Into custody, transport that protester, let's say, to a federal building, detains a person for questioning, that will constitute an arrest whether or not the federal official says the person is under arrest, correct?
Well, that would require a very intensive review of all the specifics.
Oh, there we go. Woke up a little bit there. Oh, it's digging into the ear.
In the case of
back to sleep. He closed his eyes again. Is it the lack of oxygen?
The question is whether the police violated the 4th and 15th Amendments when, without probable cause of arrest, they took petitioners into custody, transported him to a police station, and detained him for questioning. The answer is...
So... Representative Nadler is believing it's so important, these panel hearings, that he believes it's actually okay to go to sleep and to not pay attention to what actually is going on in very important panel hearings. This is what you're paying for, folks. This is what you're paying tax dollars for. Now, you're actually paying towards interest, but really, these people are blowing your money in Congress. And whether it was a lack of oxygen or he doesn't even know what you have to understand, some of these people are in law. They don't even know what they're talking about. You realize some of them skated through law school, memorized as much as they could, and they don't actually even understand the terminology. They don't understand some of the things that they're actually doing. Yeah, that's how bad it is. A lot of them have no clue what is actually happening. Now, you might have heard something very common today regarding Reclaim the Time. Let me take you into this little minute-long spectacle about this was a song and dance. Let me show you.
It wasn't
Reclaiming my time. In April,
times is when does something actually become custom
Reclaiming my time. This is not a trick question.
in this country
I'm reclaiming my time, Mr. General.
without any remedy at all?
I'm reclaiming my time. Let me share with you.
Well, you got to let him answer.
Reclaiming my time.
Directed.
Reclaiming my time, sir. Reclaiming my time.
But he found
Reclaiming my time without political bias.
He said he
and in
found no
April,
evidence.
reclaiming my time, Mr. Attorney. In
where
reclaiming
the
my
video is
time.
from. That's where the
Reclaiming my
video is
time,
from.
Mr. Barr.
Occurring substances.
Attorney General, reclaiming my time. There are rules by which we operate here. I would ask you to respect them.
But
There's
the
no question for
64
you yet.
Act did not
Excuse me.
extend to.
Reclaiming my time, sir. In both
let him answer
documents.
the
Mr. Attorney General,
I think
reclaiming
that's
my
what I was
time.
talking about.
Reclaiming my time.
I
You
think that's
stated-
what it's.
Okay, reclaiming my time. And again, I'm happy.
Shame on you, Mr. Barr.
Can I just say, Mr.
Shame on you.
Can I just
My
say,
time
Mr.
has expired.
This, I could say this all night. This is your Congress. Reclaiming their. If you actually watched today, they actually allowed him very little answering of questions to one point. I don't know if I have the clip in here where he said, I thought this was a hearing. I thought I was supposed to be heard. He was never heard. They don't want him to be heard. So let me continue on because this really is fun. Now, I don't enjoy the fact that this is going on in our country, but you are seeing the complete ludicrousy of the liberal Democrat Party. And I'm not saying Republicans could be any better, but some of them are. The Jordans of the world are fantastic, okay? And they were here today, and they actually asked legitimate questions. They were bringing knowledge force, educating the public, doing what they're actually supposed to do. So let me go into Representative Greg Stanton, who's a Democrat of Arizona, because he gets a little feisty. Actually, I should say Barr gets a little feisty with him.
The President has suggested that only votes counted on Election Day should be what matters, meaning that if a voter casts a legal ballot on or before Election Day, but that ballot is not counted on Election Day, it shouldn't count at all. So I want to ask you again about your commitment to ensuring that every vote is counted. If, in this upcoming November election, the President asks you to intervene and try to stop states from counting legal ballots after Election Day, will you do the right thing and refuse? Yes or no?
I will follow the law.
You won't say no, sir?
I'll follow the law.
It's very disappointing.
If a state has a law that says it has to be cast on Election Day, that's the law.
Will you commit to making sure the Department of Justice does not get involved in a contested election? Yes or no?
I will follow the law.
It is so disappointing that we can't get a clear.
This is comedic. Who needs sports when you have this? All he said was, I will follow the law. And on two different occasions, if you're in Arizona, Representative Greg Stanton, Democrat of Arizona, said on two different occasions in under a minute that he was disappointed in the Attorney General's answer that he would follow the law. He was disappointed that the Attorney General would follow the law. Guys, I'm actually going to take you through some more, obviously, because this is fun. I'm enjoying this because guess what? The money's already spent. I might as well be humored by it. We might as well have a comedic routine on it. but I want to show you the insane. This was all day, right? I didn't get a chance to watch it throughout the day, but this was all day. They were doing this, and there's highlights all over Twitter. Get your Twitter account if you don't have it already. Go on there because literally it's entertaining. Now, the next one I'm going to show you, I'm going to let you know right now. The last like 2 seconds or so is not for little ears because someone edited this and it was actually quite hilarious. But this is kind of how Bill Barr felt during this. Just watch Bill Barr's his mannerisms and what he does at the end, because Representative Madeline Dean, I'm sorry that she has the same last name as me, Democrat from Pennsylvania. She doesn't uphold the strong Dean name, but I'm going to show you what he does at this one, okay?
Time is mine. We've waited a long time for you to come here. The time is mine.
You've waited to talk to me like this? You didn't need to wait so long.
When asked about the use of pepper bombs fired at Americans in Lafayette Square, Attorney General.
So that was actually the wrong clip. So what he did was, there was actually another one there was swearing involved. I'm glad I didn't pick that one because I guess little ears are watching it and the divine stopped them from hearing. But basically he said, he goes, you waited this long to talk to me like this? And then if you noticed, tipped the cup up, just took a sip. He knows what he's doing. He absolutely knows what he's doing, and he is blasting away at these morons who think they are serving you. They know they're not serving you. They're literally all in cahoots to destroy the republic. That's what they want to do. Now, this one, I'm going to show you the next one. This is, I don't know who this one is. I'm just going to show you who it is because Barr slams him back. Here we go. Barr slamming this gentleman back, who is also a tard. Here we go.
Today, yes or no, Mr. Barr, under the penalty of perjury, do you testify that that statement was true at the time you made it?
I thought it to be true at the time I made it.
Why
isn't it true?
June 9th, I'll get to that, Mr. Barr.
I mean, does it have
Mr.
to
Barr,
do with quibbling
I will get
over...
to that. Reclaiming my time, you answered the question.
Okay.
I have another question for you. On June 19th of 2020...
Actually, I need to answer that question.
Mr. Attorney General, you did answer the question.
No, you said under penalty of perjury. I'm going to answer the damn question.
I'm under penalty of perjury. I'm going to answer the damn question, even though, is it Mr. Nagoose, whatever his name is, would not allow him to answer the damn question, but clearly very genius. These are your representatives, folks. These are the people that are helping run your country. Now, I'm going to take you to Hakeem Jeffries. Now, I want you to watch this one. This one actually was done by Red Pill Bina. So there's the question, but then it goes into a little bit of narration afterwards. This was edited, so this is not all the hearing, obviously. But I want you to watch closely what he edited in afterwards because it's very fascinating, okay? He basically suggests, listen to this like your life depends upon it. Let me show you this one, which will probably blow your mind a little bit.
Let's explore.
Well, I disagree with that.
That was not a question. That was a statement. Let's explore. In February, President Trump falsely claimed that the number of coronavirus cases would go from 15 to 0 in a few days. Was that superb? Yes or no?
I'd have to see the context in which it was said.
Here's the context. The number of cases didn't go down to 0. It's over 4 million. Let's go to March. In that month, President Trump said, I take no responsibility at all for the failure in testing. Was that superb? Yes or no?
It was accurate. The problem with the testing system was a function of President Obama's mishandling of the CDC and his efforts to centralize everything in the CDC when they didn't have the
Thank you, Mr. Barr.
So here's the editing.
All my conspiracy-oriented friends on the right who think I'm planning to unleash some secret agenda, you're absolutely right.
That there will be a challenge to the coming administration in the arena of infectious diseases, but also there will be a surprise outbreak.
Jesus Christ would not vote for Barack Obama. Jesus Christ would not vote for Barack Obama. Christ would not vote for Barack Obama because Barack Obama has behaved in a way that is inconceivable for Christ to have behaved. Jesus Christ would not vote for Barack Obama. He supports a lifestyle that the Bible calls an abomination.
So I added in a little bit there because I thought that was a really good edit, really good cut. It shows you exactly what's going on. And quite honestly, it's pretty perturbing what they were doing. Now, I'm going to roll in. So I'm going to save my favorite for last because I think it's phenomenal. But I also need you to show you some history on the last one. But I'm going to show you a couple now that aren't part of that. But the president also spoke today. And there was a question about hydroxychloroquine and the doctors that happened to talk about it. And I want you to hear what he said regarding his retweet last night. Keep in mind, the president retweeted Dr. Stella last night. Okay? That's right. So let me dive into what he said today about this because they approached him and they questioned him on social media, taking her down. So let's take a look at the president, what he said.
Doctors. Many doctors think it is extremely successful, the hydroxychloroquine, coupled with the zinc and perhaps the zithromycin. But many doctors think it's extremely good, and some people don't. Some people, I think it's become very political. I happen to believe in it. I would take it. As you know, I took it for a 14-day period, and I'm here, right? I'm here. I happen to think it works in the early stages. I think frontline.
Okay, so now I'm going to take you down to this part, which
a video that you retweeted last night said it was a great doctor, and that video that you retweeted last night said that masks don't work and there is a cure for COVID-19, both of which health experts say is not true. She's also made videos saying that doctors make medicine using DNA from aliens and that they're trying to create a vaccine to make you immune from becoming religious.
Well, maybe it's the same, maybe it's not, but I can tell you this. She was on air along with many other doctors. They were big fans of hydroxychloroquine, and I thought she was very impressive in the sense that from where she came, I don't know which country she comes from, but she said that she's had tremendous success with hundreds of different patients, and I thought her voice was an important voice, but I know nothing about her.
Masks don't work. Last week you said masks. Last week, well, real quick. Last week you said
thank you very much, everybody. Thank
you. So, that was CNN. He cut CNN off, and I actually have a little bit of a theory on this. I think that actually part of this
Dr. Anthony Fauci.
was I think Trump was not directly involved with the doctors, but I think Trump maybe in an indirect way helped make Dr. Stella and the others happen. Now, you probably won't find his fingertips on it at any point. He probably stayed distant enough from it because like how Hillary never gets busted for whacking all the people behind her and Bill and all the people who go missing or dead. I think that President Trump probably has his fingers on it in an indirect way because there's no way that popped yesterday for that reason. At that moment, there's no coincidence. Why did it happen yesterday? Right today, as he discussed and announced that Kodak, which used to be in the photography world, is now going to get a $750 million basically loan from the government. And they are going to start making generic medications for just the U.S. Don't tell me that last night with Dr. Stella and others was just a coincidence. And they're attacking Dr. Stella because Dr. Stella is actually not only a doctor, she's in ministry. Dr. Stella, from what I can tell when I was reading about her today, and this is why the Daily Beast attacked her, Dr. Stella is involved in ministry, and she actually knows about extraterrestrial and alien DNA. She also knows about reptilians and the possible reptilians being involved in politics. She also knows about possibly cancer as well as alien DNA in vaccines. She also talks about the Book of Enoch, and she talks about Nephilim. So, if you think that she just happened to pop up yesterday and she just happened to be the one that was spitting the most fire yesterday and then got attacked for her belief system. So wait a second. So she's a doctor that believes in helping people sometimes with medication in emergency situations. She's an ethical doctor. She then speaks out against the dangerous pharmaceutical companies that are killing people and their fake science. Hold on. And then on top of that, they find out she's in ministry, so she's a Christian. But not only is she a Christian, she knows about the Book of Enoch. She knows about the Nephilim. She knows about alien DNA. She knows about politicians being reptilians. And she knows about DNA being in the vaccines. Do you really, really think that this was all just coincidence? And then I think this is hilarious. Then, right after last night, this morning, first thing this morning, Good Morning America. Here we go. Let me roll the footage of Good Morning America this morning.
Dr. Fauci, thank you for joining us this morning. I got to say, this is not the way I expected to start the interview, but I have to have you respond, first of all, to those tweets from President Trump that were taken down overnight. First, on that one that said you don't need masks, there is a cure. It's called hydroxychloroquine. Can you just clarify for our viewers the best scientific guidance we have on masks and hydroxychloroquine?
We should all be wearing masks outside, George. This is something that, as you heard Dr. Birx mentioned when she was making a comment, it's very important. There are certain fundamental things we should be doing, particularly if you happen to be in an area where there's viral activity.
Okay, I'm not going to give him the time. I can't do him. So he also talks about how HCQ is not effective, how it's not proven, how it doesn't work, a lot of different things. He talks about, you guys are caught up on alien DNA. Yeah, you should. I talked about this a while ago. So we'll do another thing on ET alien DNA. But you know what's funny? Now I can more openly talk about this stuff because guess what? People like Dr. Stella Emanuel are out there and they know about it too. And now we're going to be able to come out and discuss this more because guess what? The president also tweeted last night that we're going into the golden age. So here you go. I'm not going to do it tonight. However, yes, we are going to get into the golden age. We are going to get into Dr. Stella talking about alien DNA in vaccines. And oh yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm not going to do that tonight, but you better be ready because guess what? It's coming. It's coming. Before I do that, Donald Trump Jr., who also retweeted her last night, he also spoke today. Let me go to his Twitter video because that was also phenomenal because he's lighting up the airwaves with his Twitter feed. Here we go.
It's where we are these days. So keep an eye out. Watch for what these social media companies are doing. It's truly disgraceful. They're trying to change the results of this election. They're trying to drill home a narrative that is neither true nor honest. And they're doing it by censoring voices, people like myself who, have a big platform and are actually willing to go out there and say what needs to be said. And that should be scary to all of us as Americans. If they're doing it to me and to Sidney Powell, but not to others, seems sort of odd. It's funny how they didn't censor Jake Tapper for talking about the benefits of hydroxychloroquine and literally publishing a study just a few weeks ago. The reality is these people are deciding what is or is not the truth with no expertise, anything other than a politically motivated leftist agenda by the social media masters in California. You guys, you better wake up. You better be watching what's going on, because if they can do it to me, if they can do it to the president, if they can do it to great lawyers like Sidney Powell, and all of the things that she's uncovered as it relates to the government, and they're censoring her on something like this, literally putting out a message that comprised of dozens of doctors, seemed like there was 20 or 30 people there, congressmen. This wasn't some sort of quack. It was someone that was disagreeing with a narrative on science that has clearly not been settled, but that doesn't seem to matter anymore. So stay on the lookout, stay active, call out the BS when you see it. I'll see you soon.
So the president's son, Junior, goes on attack and absolutely lights it up, because that's what he does, and that's what's important, because he knows exactly what he's talking about, and it is genius. And I'm getting ready to show you probably the most enjoyable video I have ever seen. But before I give you this video, I have to show you Hank Johnson. Has anyone heard of Hank Johnson? Okay. Hank Johnson might be one of the most ridiculous congresspeople I've ever seen. And I saved the best for last for you folks, because wait, I'm going to show you how he questioned Barr today. I'm not going to probably take you through the whole 5-minute clip. I just want to get you through some of it to understand how he acts and how he talks and his demeanor. And then I'm going to take you back to many years ago, where he was actually addressing the military, and he said something so ridiculous. I'll give you that heads up once we get to there. Let me first show you him today with Attorney General Barr. Let me go to this video first. Here we go.
Jones or Roger Stone.
Now, as you'll see,
yes,
he's talking through his mask. It's not, you can't hear him, not because you can't hear him, because he can't talk through his mask. And he has to take it off.
Prolific tweeter, isn't that correct?
He seems to be.
And he tweeted many times about the Roger Stone sentencing, didn't he?
I don't know how many times he tweeted.
Well, many times. You are aware of them, because you said it hurts you from doing your job. And isn't it true that when prosecutors in the Roger Stone case filed a memo with the court recommending a sentence of 7 to 9 years in prison, a few hours later, President Trump tweeted that the sentence recommendation was, quote, a disgrace? You're aware of that?
Yes.
And General Barr, several hours after that, you filed a pleading with the court stating that the sentence recommendation would be changed and that you would be asking for a lighter sentence for Roger Stone. Isn't that correct?
No, what is correct is that, what is correct that on February 10th, Monday, I gave instructions as to what the...
Reclaiming my time.
Yeah, I'm answering your question.
Well, you got to let him answer.
Reclaiming my time, you...
He won't let him answer.
Recommendation hours after President...
And he doesn't talk loud enough for them to hear.
Satisfaction with the Stone recommendation, and you changed that recommendation.
No, the night before, that is Monday night.
I know your story, but I'm asking.
Well, I'm telling my story. That's what I'm here to do. Well, I do. That's why I'm here. Well, I'm here to tell my story. And on the night before, on February 10th, I directed...
Reclaiming my time, sir. Reclaiming my time. And I know you don't want to answer, but the facts are clear. Sentencing recommendation made in the morning, tweet in the afternoon. You changed the sentencing recommendation that...
No, tweet was not made in the afternoon. The tweet was made at, I think, 1:30 or 2 in the morning.
Well, the tweet was made before and after. Tweeted about that relentlessly, and you've agreed to that. Now, when you filed your sentencing recommendation asking for a lower sentence...
I didn't ask for a lower sentence.
Well, you said that you were going to recommend a lower sentence, and you...
No,
wasn't the sentence that was recommended by the line prosecutors according to the sentencing guidelines?
Okay. So, okay. You got enough of Hank. That was 2.5 minutes of whatever. So you kind of get an eye about Hank. Okay, now This is my favorite part, okay? This is my favorite ever of Hank. And I need you, when you watch this, this is 2 minutes. I need you to very carefully watch this because this is some of the most epic 2 minutes of television you'll ever see. This is Hank Johnson talking about Guam, and he's talking to the military. And I seriously need you to connect who you just saw talking to Attorney General Barr, and then connected to this man who spoke several years ago, and what you're about to see and listen to. So here we go.
This is a island that at its widest level is 12 miles from shore to shore, and at its smallest level or smallest location, it's 7 miles between one shore and the other. Is that correct?
I don't have the exact dimensions, but to your point, sir, I think Guam is a small island.
Very small island, and about 24 miles, if I recall, long. So 24 miles long, about 7 miles wide at the least widest place on the island, and about 12 miles wide on the widest part of the island. And I don't know how many square miles that is. Do you happen to know?
I don't have that figure with me, sir. I can certainly supply it to you if you'd like.
Yeah, my fear is that the whole island will become so overly populated that it will tip over and capsize.
We don't anticipate that. The Guam population, I think, currently about 175,000, and again, with 8,000 Marines and their families, it's an addition of about 25,000 more into the population.
The whole island will become so.
So, what he was trying to say was that it's a small island, and this was way before the pandemic. This was years ago. He was trying to, it took him 2 minutes to figure out that Guam was a small island, and then his legitimate concern is that if you put 8,000 troops with their families on Guam, that it's gonna tip and it's gonna capsize over, and that everyone would die. Now, I don't know if you saw the map. I don't know what they call topographic or whatever it is. I don't know if I'm getting that correct, but you saw the island and how it actually sits upon, a mountain range underneath the water. The odds of the island, which has a support mountain system underneath it, the odds of it tipping over and capsizing could be one of the greatest things that I've ever heard ever before. If you would like to run for Congress or Senate or whatever else it may be, I would assure you, please do run, because people like that are what you would be running against. People like that are sitting in Congress for decades, running, deciding where money goes, and they spend the money that comes in and they allocate it. These people help direct public policy, financial policy, public health policy, military policy, you name it. That is helping run your country. So I just wanted to show you that because I remembered that. And when I saw him talking today, I was like, oh my God, I got to go find that video. And yes, the Guam video. So I'm going to ease up on the videos tonight because we've done a lot. So I'll maybe show some another night. But this was epic. It's unbelievable. And I don't know what to tell you. All I can tell you is that was today on the Hill. We are heading into an insanely new world. And I do not mind if at least half, if not more, of Congress gets swept out with the trash, send them to Gitmo, wherever, jail, hung, lethal injection, whatever you got to do. If someone like that can be in government, every single one of you out there that I see scrolling up and down my comments, every single one of you has the ability and the wherewithal and the intelligence to do far beyond what that man and others are doing. Unbelievable. I actually lose words. And so I will maybe take a couple questions and then we'll go from there. So what do you got? I'll answer a couple and then I'm going to head off. And then I'm going to, Guam. All right. Yeah, the islands aren't just like a raft. Nope. Okay. Any questions? What can I answer? I'll answer the best I can for you for a few minutes. Let's see. What questions do we have? I'm looking. A blind dog. Let's see. I can't stop laughing at either. Okay. I guess am I doing a Noble After Dark? I will do let me figure that out. I gotta go eat. I haven't eaten dinner tonight yet. Okay. Let's see. Why do we have Stella haters? Because people hate the truth. That's why. I'm going to do another show on Antarctica. I've already done one small. I'm going to do another full one, okay? I will do that. Enlarged prostate, a lot of times is parasitic. Have you heard me enough say parasites? Yeah, get your parasites. If you want parasites, to get rid of parasites, go here, go here. See, I'm dancing along the screen, okay? New crop circles. Okay, I have to talk about this. Should I talk about my theory on the golden age here, or should I wait till I go to Noble Patriots? The reason I offer to go to Noble Patriots is to talk about that because there's so many people that cannot handle when I talk about golden age, when I talk about gold, when I talk about I dumped Dr. Stella talking about alien DNA. She's the one I'm telling you, and she has her own ministry. So I don't want to hear the crap anymore that I'm the only one talking about it and that, I'm going to hell or it's blasphemy, because Dr. Stella, who runs her own ministry and is a medical doctor, also is talking about it. And she's talking about reptilians too. So there you go. Okay. So some people say they can't access Noble Patriots. I will just tell you this. I think Facebook is actually destroying some things behind the scenes. Just so you know. I'll see if I can go access it right now while you're here. Well, it looks like it's active, I think. It's not going very fast, but okay. How do you become a Noble Patriot? You go to the group and you join the group. That's how you become a Noble Patriot. Noble Patriots, it's up, it's going. It's rocking and rolling. Get over there. Start having some fun. Start talking back and forth. The funny part is they say everything's false information. They've already taken down or they falsely independent checked Dr. Stella on the Noble Patriots. So there you go. Yes, Dr. Stella is woke. Dr. Stella talks about reptilians and alien DNA in vaccines. There you go. That means I have to start talking about it because I know about it too. Okay? All right. Someone's excited. That's awesome. Very cool. Tom Hanks in Greece now. Yeah, but so I was told from what I read that Greece actually has different laws and rules for pedophilia people, and that they actually get government assistance there. I don't know if that's the full reason why. That's what I read. I haven't dove into it deeper because I haven't had time. Forward to a show about 9/11. I will do that. Yes. No, docs are not going to dispense hydroxychloroquine easily because they're going to get nailed. That's why. Yes, Dominic is approving Noble Patriots as fast as possible. Project Zephyr. That sounds really familiar, but I can't think of off the top of my head what it is. But it does sound, I definitely have looked it up before because the name looks really familiar. Yes, extradition laws in Greece as well. Yes, they want to take away religion with the vaccines, and everyone should have. I'm going to also do something about the founders because I am reading more and more about the founders having broke away from the church and from England to start America to truly be free, and they actually wanted to find out the secrets in the universe. I just read that today. David Icke's on Laura Eisenhower tomorrow. Awesome. I'm going to reach out to both of them. I reached out to Laura once. I didn't get anything back, but I know she's busy as well. I sometimes I have to get people who I have to have somebody who just emails people. Okay, that's a whole other thing. All right. If you looked at Norbert today, he was awesome. CGI videos. Okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Trump definitely heard about Dr. Stella. I think Trump knows about Dr. Stella. And I think there's also a reason why she talks about why does Dr. Stella know President Trump, or how he doesn't know about her, but yet he talks about the golden age and she's talking about some far out things. There you go. I don't know who the double mask guy was. Didn't see it. Gods of Eden. Good one. That's accurate history in books anymore. That's a tough one. Oh, here you go. I have not received 100% confirmation. However, I will give you guys, would you guys like an exclusive? Would everyone like an exclusive right now? I'm going to tell you, even though I don't have it fully 100%, but I have it 99% approved and ready to go. When you tell me that you want it, I'll let you know. I'm going to leave you hanging. Okay. But I have an exclusive. I'll tell you in 1 second. What is the golden age? I'm going to talk about that not tonight, but later, maybe tomorrow or the next. So somebody asked for the exclusive. So it looks like I'm waiting for the finals. Go ahead. It looks like I will have Sasha Stone on Friday night this week. That's what it appears to be now. Okay. Sasha Stone. And let me tell you, if you don't know who Sasha Stone is, I have a bit of a bromance with Sasha Stone. He is phenomenal. I watch most of his stuff. And if you want to know about NESARA, GESARA, you want to know about 5G, you want to know about spirituality, you want to know about the golden age, Sasha will drop that knowledge like a hammer. He is all over it. Sasha Stone, I do not have final confirmation, but I am talking to him and his assistant, and it looks like, as of right now, I'll let you know if it changes, but it looks like it will be Friday at 9:30 this week. That's what it looks like right now. Yes, anyone who wants to know about Golden Age, you have to know about Atlantis, because Atlantis is directly involved. And guess what? The founders of America were trying to create the next or new Atlantis. How about that? And the Atlantis has to do with Palladians. That's all I can say. And I'll go into that more later. Okay? Good. All right. One more question, and I'm going to take off, okay? One more question, and then I'm going to take off. I'm working on Stella. I don't know how fast that'll happen. She's bombarded right now. Yeah, Sasha Stone. Okay, one last question. I don't know where you can get hydroxychloroquine. I'm not involved in that world. Okay. Agartha. That's Inner Earth. Yeah, I know about that too. Yes, I read a lot of that stuff. I know about SGT report, but I don't know the guys. I don't know them there. You can put me in touch with them. I'll go on. Happy to. My shirt, unmasked, I don't actually remember. Unvaccinated, unafraid. Yeah. Were you guys told I was going to be on Noble Patriots tonight afterwards, or Noble Patriots After Dark? Is that what was told? Because I did not get that confirmation. And if I do, I have to go eat first because I have not eaten anything, and that would not be good. I am going fast. So I might do it maybe tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's an easier night because I get home earlier. So yeah, I'll wait for you guys to answer that, and then I'll tell you. Because, yeah, I'm a bit famished at this point. Okay, so someone did tell you. Oh, I said that yesterday. Yes, I did. I said that yesterday, yes. I would if I had eaten. But are you guys okay if I do Noble Patriots After Dark tomorrow night and I do the AOC thing? Okay, this is what I'll do. I will do it fast tonight. I will give you 15 minutes. That means I'm going to get off right now. So get ready. I'm going to go eat a couple bites, and then I'll come right back, and then I will do it really quick. So I got to go now, and then I'll be back. Okay. Hey, it's going to be later. Sorry. Welcome to Noble Patriots After Dark. It is what it is. Because by the time I get back, it's probably going to go on about a little before 11. So if you're cool with that, I'm all right with that. But don't complain to me that it's late. Okay. All right. I'm going to go then. Dr. Jason Dean, Revolution Network. See you in a few minutes.